Ron Rack.
Good morning, Ron Rack, 10580 Southeast 131st Place, Ocklawaha. I got to tell you, we didn't conspire. First of all, Constitution, I just kind of looked this up just to get an idea of what the word even means. This comes from the legal dictionary. It says the fundamental law, written or unwritten, that establishes the character of a government by defining the basic principles to which a society must conform, by describing the organization of the government and regulation, distribution, and limitations on the functions of different government departments, and by prescribing the extent and manner of the exercise of its sovereign power. And I'm actually going to get you all an email to a link to this, because there's a lot more to this that's extremely interesting. This Aristotle, this goes all the way back to, 384 to 322 BC. Aristotle put a lot of this stuff together, which this isn't new. As a matter of fact, Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. Each of you should have a document that I gave to the clerk to give you all, and basically it is the Bill of Rights. There's also some judicial notice in there where the Supreme Court has ruled on rights and liberties. And I've also added Title 42, 1985, which describes what can happen if a person violates those rights. But just because of the 5 minutes that I have here, I want to just kind of run through something here. As we look at the Bill of Rights, my question would be, which of these rights are you willing to concede or relinquish? The right of free speech, maybe? How about the right to worship as you feel led to, or not to worship if you don't feel like you want to worship? How about the right of search and seizure? Perhaps we should just, kind of say, you know what, I don't need that right. It's not such an important right. And so whoever wants to come in and do whatever they want within your property, it's no big deal. And this is where the question, well, what makes one right more important or than another? See, there's not. I look at, and here's something that's interesting. The Third Amendment: no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by the law. So what about that right? Would it be okay for, say, the Marines to just come in and take over your house and eat your food? See, we can't pick and choose which one of these rights is more important, or which one we're not willing to fight and defend or protect. But let me take this one step further. Which of these rights are you willing to pay for? How about cruel and unusual punishment? If you don't pay for a license or a permit to keep you from enduring cruel and unusual punishment and attend a class, you see where I'm going with this? Which of these rights? How about the right of again, search and seizure? Are you willing to pay for a permit so that if you get pulled over, oh, hey, I've got a permit, you can't legally, without a writ or a warrant or probable cause? You see, and this is where this is so destructive in what we have in our society today, because we don't have rights anymore. We don't. I mean, my goodness, look at what's happened in the last several years with Nevada and Oregon. They have free speech zones. You have to buy a permit. That's not freedom. That's not liberty. If you have to pay for something, it's no longer free. And so what I would ask of y'all today And we've got y'all get a month off basically without any meetings, but, and I know you guys do a lot of stuff in between. Hey, listen, I know the deals that you guys do with other things, I get it. But nothing's more important than making sure our rights are protected. And I hope you all agree with that. And if you do, read Title 42. It's at the end of the page there. And with that, I'll bid you guys a good day and a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Have one person